so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Falcons, they coming off their very first loss of the year, suffered a week ago.
Yeah, it will not be a perfect season, but I'm interested to see how they bounce back now that they know that chasing the 1972 Dolphins is out the window.
They'll run with Scott, and he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a good burst there right from the start as he'll get this one out near the 35. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Mayfield down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone. Zone at the 20-yard line.
Let's go! Good. 180. Watch the run. Watch the run.
A first down throw for Mayfield. Got him in. It's Brown. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. On the carry, this is Scott. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The quick slant caught, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
180. They can't hang with us.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Boston Scott with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Ready. 280. Mike 5-4. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Check 52.
On first down at Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. And that'll bring up second down. And we get a glance now at the Buccaneer offense.
And, partner, sometimes it's good for a team to get the Thursday nighter right after a loss because you don't have very long to stew on what just happened. You have to turn right around, get ready, and go out and play again. Or, as one of the veterans told me, I actually like this because I can keep my anger for this short amount of time and take it out on the other team.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Stafford, he's going to loft one deep left side here. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Mayfield got this complete to the rookie out of UMass, Andy Isabella. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out. And
now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'm trying to do better here. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
It's complete. Swings it out to his running back.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Here's Mayfield. Open man here is Scott, complete. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, Mayfield. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Throwing on second and long. Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Mayfield looks to throw, eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. Fourth down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bucks will get ready to go on offense. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
From the 29, Stafford, man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Throwing is Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Coming to you, coming to you. Right there, 54, right there, right there. 54.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. And it's caught by Parker. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
The Bucks on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. Give them the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive they went 3 and out.
Stafford now to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Falcons grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. It's a big play there for Atlanta. And even 50 yards. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Here's Scott. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now Mayfield. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A.J. Brown, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Falcons push further out in front.
Partner, remember that old film of Peyton Manning going through the route tree with his great receivers in Indianapolis? I think we're seeing the results of the same type of work here today. These guys know each other so well, they don't even have to call the play. They can just look each other and know the route that's going to be run, and usually the connection is perfect.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. With the Bucks offense making their way back out on the field, let's take a look at the playoff picture, Charles, coming into the weekend in the NFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about what the playoffs were to begin today. And then
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
It's such an impressive first half to get that lead. Now this pass to Vance McDonald complete. He's at the 40 and all the way down to the 29. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32.
Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Now the Bucks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. Stafford looks to throw again. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Tyrell Williams, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of it. They want to see the ball thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. This will be caught by Brown. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. The Bucks going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So they'll say no to the 46-yard field goal try. They're going to go for it. They'll try and run for it. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. This will be caught inside the 10. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Zerline's kick is good. And that will do it for this first. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start the 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this.
And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And he'll actually lose 6 yards on the return, but I don't think they care. They've got the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Mayfield. This one caught by Isabella. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. To throw, Mayfield. And he's got it. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A.J. Brown, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Falcons push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On 2nd and 9, Stafford. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game, because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucks have a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Hey, Blue 60!
Stafford on first down. Wide open receiver complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A nice gain of 21 yards. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. A shotgun snap for Stafford. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. To throw again. Stafford. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Completes it to Samuel. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That's good for a Buccaneer first, to pick up of 12 yards. Stafford now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here is Eckler, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Once more, here's Eckler. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
And here now come the Falcons. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Mayfield got a man. It's Brown. He was over 100 receiving last week. He's over 100 now this week as he's got a first down as well. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Mayfield now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's going to have the hook up to Scott. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Charles, you said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they got an answer for it.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. Now Mayfield on 4th down, and that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Andy Isabella, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game film from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
When you get that close to the goal line, you can't give up yardage that easily. You might have just given up a great opportunity to score 6 points.
It's Eckler again. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. On 1st down, it's Scott. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Able to find Isabella. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Well, I'm sure he likes his performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the 4th quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see, and other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Mayfield looks to throw. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the 1st. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
And they still need 6 yards here on 3rd down after the penalty. Mayfield down. That ball complete to Isabella. That one good for 24 yards. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 15 yards, 1st down, Atlanta.
180. King.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Hey, Charlie.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Andy Isabella, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Falcons push further out in front. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. A 10-play drive that time, and the Falcons score to cap it off. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Draw play, it's Eckler. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Now the Bucks going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. The Bucks going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
23 yards on the play.
And they just had another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
Mayfield escaping the pressure right. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right.
Move. Hey, boys, you got 4. 4 down.
Pistol, pistol, pistol.
28. Mike, 28. Nice, sweetheart.
Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. This pass complete to Higgins. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta.
180.
52 right here. 52. Get him. Get him. Get him.
Up, left.
52.
Hey, exit.
It's be a long day.
What's up?
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Got an open man. It's Fumagalli. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Call that a very strong gain of 24. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. They come out here in the eye. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Atlanta, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year.